cafe, anywhere. Man.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Hello, my name is Mike. This is the show called Mike's Daily Podcast. I've been doing it for a while. What's the episode today? Let me see.
Mike's Daily Podcast
2343, 2343. Look at me. That's baby what people say when they want to get your attention. Me. That's not me. I guess I'm singing this song and I gave up consequently. So, yes, welcome to the podcast today.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Because I was not able to do one yesterday or the day before, it's good to finally speak with you.
Mike's
on this day.
Daily.
On this, what is it?
Podcast.
Okay.
Yeah!
The second day of January. We're getting so close to the new 2022. And I want to enjoy that because my birthday is got a 22. And I don't know if that's going to feel relevant in some way. I guess so. And, I guess we just have a lot of things on our minds, like food lately. Because we've eaten food lately with all these little holidays and whatnot. We're probably going to now say, I should eat healthy now. Because I've been eating badly and eating a lot of starches and whatnot. And I see that I need to go to the beach anytime soon. So perhaps I will just enjoy wearing a lot of clothes. And so why do we got to work out if we're going to wear all these clothes and hide our bodies? I guess it's just because we just feel guilty about all the food that we ate. There is a podcast or a video blog. It is a travel blog, actually, that I enjoy. It's called The Daily Woo. And the guy, Andrew Woo, is now traveling from...
And here's today's podcast picture.
From the state of California, where he has decided to stop paying rent and gave up on the lease, and now he's heading to Florida, where he's got some family there. And it's interesting because I got family in Florida as well. So I've been enjoying that and watching it and going, Route 66, that's the way he's going back to Florida, or taking some of that home back to Florida. It's all about desert. Basil. I don't think Basil and I ever went to the desert. I think I will find a podcast picture of Basil the Boxer. I'm not sure exactly what time of his life that would be, but I'll find something. It's going to be at MikesDailyPodcast.com. We'll either have it when he was older or younger, but you'll see it. So, I look at that area of California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, heavy Route 66 area, desert area, Cars, the movie Cars. And he's finding out all this stuff about how John Lasseter from Pixar picked a lot of areas along this to use as scenery in the Disney movie, which I did not care for. Oh, really, Mike? Yes, it's true. I was actually in the theater watching it when it came out. I remember we had a free movie night with the radio station I was at. And I was so hungry. I'm like, I can't sit through this whole thing. This is just ridiculous. The same Pixar movie over and over and over again. I'm done. I'm not going to watch it. But this movie has really gotten into every nook and cranny of our society because kids grew up with it, love it, and it's had a huge influence on Route 66. Route 66 inspired the movie, and now the movie has inspired Route 66. But I'm not the biggest fan of desert and of cars the actual thing. I mean, I like the fact that a car can get me to and from places and help me travel. But all in all, I don't know how to really operate on cars. I can change oil on some cars, but no, it's not that big of a thing to me. But some people love Route 66. Some people live. Oh, but the fascinating thing, the people that live out on Route 66 in the desert, it's amazing that I've seen in this video series from this video travel blog how many places have closed up. And once huge attractions along the roads there, just all closed up and they're falling apart and desolate and graffiti filled. Maybe parts of it have burned down. And it really depresses me to see that. Because I think, it brought so much joy to families traveling across the country, young kids. You hear all about in the 50s how people were starting to travel across the U.S. and they were trying to make the highway system more efficient, more safe. And now that's all gone. But it's the ruins. It's like looking through ruins. We're little archaeologists. And this videographer, that's what he's doing. And it's fascinating. So, do I want to travel? Yes. At some point I will. It's been really busy lately, as has been most of my life lately. But I wanted to share this with you because we want to eat better. One of the things to get a good eating habit, food consumption habit, is to shop smart. For years, we've been told to avoid processed food at all costs, but processing can mean a lot of different things. A lot of food processing is done to make it shelf stable. Read labels and avoid foods that have been stripped of nutrients. Refined grains, for example, or have lots of added sugar in favor of those with shorter ingredients lists. That's an interesting tact, to go with shorter ingredients lists. It makes a lot of sense, though, as we go outside a cafe anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth. But don't only go by the length of the list to determine a food's value. Instead of the traditional advice to shop the perimeter of the grocery store, you should make the most of the middle. Buy frozen or canned fruits and vegetables, cans of beans and legumes, and from the bread aisle, items made with whole grains. But I would add that it just makes sense to go more frozen. Flash frozen, unless it's something like a pouch of... Do they even make cream spinach anymore? That was something my mom used to make all the time. That had a lot of ingredients that could be fattening. But when they just flash freeze green beans or whatever, I can't think of any. Carrots are more of a starch, but you get the idea. Vegetables, frozen vegetables, have nothing added. It's just frozen, just ice. From what the nutritionists have told me. Canned fruits, some you have to check the label, but some have added salt. You know, the canned beans have some added salt, and there might be other stuff added to it with the canned stuff. Frozen, you're a little more safe. Tune into your cravings. It's important to dig deep and see how you're feeling or whether you're really hungry. But also, what are you really hungry for? Do you want something hot or cold, sweet or savory, crunchy or smooth? Really satisfying a craving is more likely to keep you from going back for more. Bake less and cook more. So many people have turned to baking to relieve boredom or to get through the pandemic or fun project to do with the kids. But baking usually makes a large amount of sugary or fatty food. Try halving your recipes, there's an L in there, halving your recipes, and focus on getting kids to help cook more nutritious meals and snacks. Research shows that the kids are more likely to try eating it if they help make it. I like that idea. That's an excellent tack. Get the kids to cook. they're more likely to eat it if they've made it. And finally, linger at dinner. Europeans have been known doing this forever. Not rushing through a meal gives your brain time to actually receive the signal from your stomach that you're full. And I always wondered why my mom, who hails from Germany, originally is from Germany, why she used to eat so slow. But it's true, and it's got an excellent waistline, has always had, as far as I remember, my mom's never had weight issues. So maybe there's something to that. Definitely, I've tried to do that in my life, to eat slower. People that eat fast, it's like they don't even register that they've eaten, so they eat more. And eating slow prevents overeating. Now that you have the time, make eating an occasion. Set the table, use fancy flatware, sit down together, and enjoy. Think about what you're eating, enjoying the food, enjoying the tastes. This all from AARP.org, because yours truly is now over 50 and gets the AARP. Wait a minute, I don't get the AARP magazine. I used to always get told, hey, don't worry about it. When you turn 50, you'll get the AARP magazine for free. That has not happened. Did I miss out on that? Did I miss out on the joy of that? Omicron! Yes, the Omicron. What is it with people that want that hydrochloromexican, what is it called? Mectin. Sorry, I just insulted a whole country. Sorry about that. Hydromectin, whatever it is. People are like staunch supporters of that. You know, if you don't want to take the vaccine, I'm not going to push it in your face. That's your thing. So reciprocate with me, won't you? And don't push your hydromectin in my face. I don't know. I don't care. I don't know why all of a sudden people are so crazy about it, but it's really man, people talk about it, and usually when they're pro hydro, whatever you call it, they will be anti-vaccine. This is what I've discovered. I don't know. Cafe, I don't know. And I still can't get a booster shot. I went through my doctor's website, and it's like, oh, the only local place has no times where they're giving out the booster vaccine. So that's turning into a bit of a nightmare. As I'm hearing more and more people coming down with COVID that have not been vaccinated. And the people that have been vaccinated, when they get COVID, it's like very light symptoms. Even with the Omicron, you probably heard about it. But back to food. Because we're all eating a lot of unhealthy stuff, but that's some stuff to help you, some tips with eating better. Oh my gosh, look who's here. Hi, Matt. It's Benita the Rodeo Queen. How y'all doing?
It's a Disgruntled Fiddle Player. Tell you what. I think it's fascinating y'all watching all these videos about people traveling across America.
Yeah, Route 66. And it's interesting because I watched another video channel, Will and Don. They have this thing called Yankee in the South. Very, very popular. And they went the other direction. So Andrew Wu is going from west to east, and they came out from east to west. They actually followed from Chicago all the way to Santa Monica. And that was fascinating. I don't know if I could do it, though. That's a lot of driving. And apparently, somewhere between, I think, Oklahoma going west to California, the distances become more drawn out, and there's less along Route 66. From Oklahoma going up then towards Chicago, it's very busy. There's lots to see, lots of attractions all along the road, all along the route. So I find that fascinating. Slightly. Interestingly, back to COVID real quick, we were going to have a Christmas party, and it was going to be catered. And the people that were going to do the catering, they came down with COVID. It was 5 people, and they all came down with COVID. And they were going to have the food. They were going to make all the food for us a week from tomorrow for our Christmas party. So that got canceled, obviously. Oops. But just think about that. That caused them to lose money. It's kind of sad. And then a friend of mine, his mom, she was going to fly to California from the East Coast, and now she is canceling her plans because she came down with COVID, and she has not been vaccinated. So, but she is saying right now that she's got only very faint symptoms, that she's feeling great. Not great, but she's feeling good. She hasn't gotten, the temperature and the lung issues or any of that yet. Hopefully she won't, but yeah, so that's our world today. And yours truly has been just enjoying the early days of December and the cats and the birds. And the cat that got fixed is becoming more and more friendly and not holding a grudge against us for having him get fixed. But yeah. And I am still trying to reevaluate all of my expressions that I use. One of them was, I was talking to someone today and I said, hey, I just wanted to touch base with you. Which I always took to mean, hey, just wanted to get caught up on everything going on. The phrase touch base probably originated from American baseball. In order to score points in baseball, a player must touch all 4 bases safely without making an out. This can actually be quite difficult. Most teams only score 3 or 4 points called runs each game. The simplest way to score is, of course, to hit a home run. So that is probably where it came from. Excellent. Next show, it'll be the wonderful Shelley, Madame, not Shelley. She'll come up in another, I think she was in the last episode, but Madame Rootabega, Valentino, and Bison Bentley, they will be on the way. And if you'd like to chime in about anything we covered, 336 Daily, 3 plus 3 equals 6, as in Mike Matthews, Daily as in what this podcast will try to be, but occasionally that little thing called interruptions and life pop up. So, there you go. It was great touching base with you.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MikesDailyPodcast.com. Email Mike now at MikesDailyPodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!